Wembanyama.
Victor Wembanyama.
Generational talent. Who's going to get him? The draft lottery's coming up.
Your mama is going to get him. Victor Wembanyama.
Victor Wembanyama.
What are who has the most balls or whatever? Or
the Detroit Pistons, the Rockets, and the Spurs. They're all at 14. Hornets at 12.5. Trailblazers at 10. And 10.5 would be huge because that would get help for Damian Lillard. But it'll see. Just watch it be like a team that lost in the play-in. Watch it be the Pelicans.
Yeah, and they'll screw that number one pickup again with a oft-injured superstar. Here's the thing: whoever gets it, they're gonna blow it. It'll be some team that has like number 12 odds.
Yeah, it'll be like that kind of team. It'll be like the Raptors.
Yeah, it'll be that shit. Welcome to yet another edition of the Dumpster Fire. We are here doing what we do. This is our 6th year of this dumpster.
6th year, I think. 6 years of this shit.
6th year.
Is crazy. It's terrible.
Yeah. 23,000 subs. What if we actually tried?
If we tried, we'd probably get the same results. Because quite frankly, do people actually want to watch this shit? No. There are a bajillion other streams. Go watch them. Go watch the whatever podcast where they have these air dead women talk about stuff. And then the dudes are just like saying the dumbest shit. Like it's that's what the people like. People like stupidity. We need to be dumb.
Of dumb broads. I can say that, right?
Nah, I don't know if you can say. I don't know if you could say that.
You can't call a woman a broad anymore.
I don't know.
That's what they call them in New York. In New York, you're like, hey, check out this broad. Anyways, we need a panel of dumb thoughts, which is somehow less offensive than broad. And we just ask them dumb questions, and then they just talk about sucking dick the whole time.
Pretty much.
Which is really no different than this show as it is right now.
mean, you talk about sucking dick. I'm just sitting here like, yeah, whatever you say, Five.
I don't talk about sucking dick. I go and suck dick. That's
what I mean. You talk about sucking dick because you suck all the dick.
Speaking of sucking dick, the Mets are terrible. And
how the hell did that happen?
They have been so bad. They've lost series to the Tigers, the Nats, and the Reds all in a row. Like bottom feeding teams here.
Yeah, I mean, even like the Pirates are doing better, and they've been struggling big time. They're losing to the Tigers right now, 4-0.
And what the Mets need is to play the Rays tonight. Actually, my best friend, my brother, is there at the game enjoying.
They are getting shut out right now, so.
Yeah, it's tied though.
It's 3-0.
Oh, it's 3-0. Never mind.
Yeah.
Isaac another early deficit. Another early deficit for the Mets. Here we go again.
Hey, whatever you gotta do, man. Whatever you gotta do.
Death, taxes, and the Mets in a 3-0 hole. Yeah, baby. Let's go. They're getting. Alex Schroeder says the Mets are getting iron horsed. Let's run up and just.
I mean, they're the one. No, dude. They're the ones getting their heads crashed into drywall. That's what's happening.
Yep, that's right. They're checking into the ER, and they're just. It was an accident, people. It was an accident. Spartan win. No, wait. Actually, we need to start
or
at
Green
the top.
Draco.
Yes.
Yep. We actually now they have it starred now, so we can actually see, and we don't have to highlight them all. We can all highlight like this, which is actually StreamYard did a good upgrade.
How do you do that?
On comments go from live to starred, and they auto start.
Majestic.
See, now we can actually highlight and not have to go up and back and forth. Like it's now so much easier.
Yes, your money goes farther on this show now.
That's what I was wanting to do, but the problem is you have to keep scrolling up and you miss something.
Now you can tell when we misread it.
Right.
Or when we interject our own opinion. Because sometimes you're reading it and then you say something that's not in the super chat and then people don't know that it's not. And then you make the other person sound like, because before when it was this, I would be like,
Calling McCarthy and Green Draco
Yeah.
says calling McCarthy and Lord Tomlin the NFL version of Doc is super gay and I suck lots of dick.
Yeah,
But
pretty
that's not
much.
what it says.
Mm-hmm.
It says Green
That
Draco.
does sound like something you would say, though.
That is something I would say. I just said it. Okay. Green Draco 313 calling McCarthy and or Tomlin the NFL version of Doc is an insult. A Pee Wee coach could have won with that 2008 Celtics team.
He's Dave Roberts.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Anything is possible.
Right.
I
They
mean,
had 4 Hall of
Tyronn
Famers on that team.
Lue has a championship as a coach.
Yeah, but he was a puppet for LeBron.
Yeah.
Mike Budenholzer has a championship.
Yeah, I think Budenholzer is better than he was coach of the year before that.
Dude, as we all know from the NHL, Jack Adams awards and Coach of the Year awards are useless. Dwayne Casey won Coach of the Year and got shit canned after he got crushed by LeBron James.
Yeah, Bylsma has what? A ring, right? He won a championship.
Dan Bylsma? Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
with
Bylsma.
09. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Babcock. I don't know.
Well,
if
Babcock was a
great
good coach for a hot minute. He fell off, but like back in like the mid 2000s, late 2000s, he was a good coach.
Just like my channel, he fell off. Spartan win. The Leafs and their fans are just Dallas Cowboys of hockey. Changed my mind. I guess we could dive into the Leafs real quick.
Well, the problem with the Leafs is they were built to play Boston, and when they got to Florida, played a totally different style that they weren't really ready for,
Yeah,
and I think it took them out.
Oh, yeah, but who was Boston built to beat? Everyone. And Florida kicked their ass. Florida is a fucking good-ass hockey team.
Well, the question is, if Brad Marchand scores on a breakaway, we'd probably still continue this series. I'm guessing Toronto and Boston would go to 7.
You're right. You're right. If they could have, just cashed in an empty net, they let Florida score with their goalie pulled.
Mm-hmm.
And now Florida is might even go to the finals. They were dead. They were donezo.
They were dead. Keith Kachuk called them soft weeks before the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Maurice was screaming at them to just do something. Like they were going to shit. They were in a very thin situation. If the Penguins don't choke against the Blackhawks and Blue Jackets, 2 of the worst teams in hockey, I am a miserable son of a bitch because they're getting their asses kicked by Boston. They are not pulling that comeback. They're losing in 5. And then Boston and Toronto are playing each other. So Boston and Toronto, they should be ready to kill Pittsburgh. I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh would have come in to the playoffs on
They were too inconsistent. They weren't doing anything.
Fumes, limping. But no, we have Florida. It's the stall battle.
Yep.
What are the stalls? Jordan,
Eric, Mark, and Jared, the guy who played 2 games because he was a stall.
That's it. He made it to the NHL.
Yeah, his name was a stall. He shouldn't have made it. If his last name was somebody else. Yep.
Imagine being the 4th stall brother.
He got drafted in the 2nd round. He got every chance.
Yeah. 2 of your brothers won a Stanley Cup. Another played for the Rangers. And now...
they had all 3 Stahl brothers on the one line. Eric, Jordan, and Jared.
Really?
Yep, they all played for Carolina at the same time.
Wow. Did they win the cup that year or just...
No, it was just
post-cup.
Yeah, they gave him a cup of coffee.
Okay. Let's see. Where are we at? Dodger of Zion.
Can't be mad about the Sixers. Going to enjoy Gamecocks baseball on Saturday. She's going to watch the Cocks.
Lots of cocks, yeah, man. Yeah, speaking of sucking cocks, Philly does a lot of that too, especially the 76ers. Doc Rivers has gotten fired, and hopefully that is the last gig that we will see of him in the NBA. And people will stop calling him the greatest coach of all time because he got carried by 4 Hall of Fame talents to a championship.
Here's the thing. The Sixers will be back next year.
You never know. Because here's what you have to consider. James Harden might be gone. And that might be doing a favor. You have to consider trading Embiid right now because he's going to be 30. He has huge injury issues. And centers can fall off a cliff at around early 30s. So you have to consider seeing what the market is for Joel Embiid.
But here's the thing. Since the process, technically was over, when they finally got all the first, when they got their roster, the first year they made the playoffs, had the Sixers missed the playoffs at all?
They haven't made it past the second round.
They haven't made it past the second round, but they don't miss the playoffs.
But that means they're in the same situation they were in when they started the process.
You're absolutely right.
That's what they wanted to avoid. That was the whole point of the process, to get superstar talents to have them contend for championships. And now you can say, okay, they got Embiid, so they got their superstar, but they have not competed for championships. They've blown it.
I mean, they came a Kawhi Leonard role.
Yeah, but that was their shot. And the problem is, ever since, look what's happened. Blown out by Boston in 2020. 2021, they choke against the Atlanta Hawks because, Ben Simmons decided to be a Ben Simmons. 2022, Embiid gets injured, they lose to the Heat. 2023, collapse. Just straight up collapse. I'm listening to it in my car on the way back. I'm like, how the hell is it like this? And then they're just throwing balls outside and they just had imploded. I'm just like, is this a joke?
They haven't drafted well either.
They've pissed away a lot of picks.
Who was it? Caldwell Pope, right?
No, not Caldwell Pope. It was Michael Carter Williams. But they did get a first round picks for him. They did get a first round pick.
Wasn't who else was the first?
Well, it was Nerlens Noel, didn't work out. Jaleel Okafor, that was a terrible pick.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Simmons, he did not pan out. He's broken.
Yeah,
he faced adversity for the first time in career. Yep, Markelle.
Right.
But Markelle was just his shoulder got messed up, and they traded him for pennies.
Yeah, but he wasn't even.
And then they had Mikal Bridges. They traded him for Zaire Smith, who's out of the league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've just had a series.
They've had a lot of issues. I mean,
I think losing Sam Hinkie.
I think the issue is really getting rid of. Getting rid of Jimmy Buckets was the problem, because I think he wanted Brett Brown and Ben Simmons gone. They said no, and he left, and now he's doing well in Miami. That was the guy they needed, because remember that year with Kawhi, they had Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah, who's in the conference finals now?
And Miami Heat and Boston Celtics.
Jimmy Buckets and Eric Spoelstra, Hall of Fame coach.
I think for the third time in 4 years.
Yeah.
Tree, who vanishes quicker, Casper or the Sixers social media admin when the score hasn't been posted yet? They cut out the final three-pointer by Tobias Harris when they went silent. They took that off, and it's just at halftime. And I posted, it's I wonder how the second half of this game went. And then 18 hours later, just say, thank you, fans, for being there. It's what happened? What happened? Where did everyone go? But the draft lottery is about to begin.
Oh, yes. Keep us updated. Hold on.
Here we go.
Glass of water.
The Squid, 67. Harold Ballard. David Ayers' puck was in the net. 67. Beaten by Zamboni driver. Mets getting Iron Horsed by Alex Schroeder. Oh, they get Iron Horse big time.
No, we saw.
Yep, David G. Zion is a bigger bust than Odin. Odin didn't choose to have a gimp leg. Zion has chosen McDonald's and gumbo over making tens of millions. Dude, he's still making tens of millions. The problem is he can't play more than a third of the season.
Odin was 46 when he got drafted. That's the problem.
His knees were 46.
Greg Oden was 84 years old. Did no one look at this dude when they drafted him? They're like, dude looks like he's 90. All right, here. Dude came out of college looking like a hermit on the side of a mountain. He just looked like when he was number one overall, Greg Oden walked up to the stage with a cane. He was just like, he was like, I'm very happy to be here, selected by the Portland Trailblazers.
And it was a shame. Game Show Gumbo, proud of what Mike Cracking did. Fought the absent stars hard, but just ran out of gas. They'll be back there again, and hopefully with a healthy McCann. They just didn't have enough. Once Beniers and Shane Wright develop, you could very well be something. So you know what? You exceeded every expectation. I am absolutely happy because it's your second year. You won a playoff series. You have that experience. And you took a cup contender to the brink.
Do you think – hold on. This is a complete segue. Do you think in the future that trying to imitate a black guy will get you canceled?
Oh, it already is, dude.
New
it already
black
is.
face.
It already is.
Like, what are comedians gonna do now?
Well,
because like what funny white comedians, they'd be like, "Yeah, man, I'm black. I'm telling a black joke," and like I went to a comedy show and nobody laughed, and now that's gonna be what you're gonna get.
It's just most comedy. You can't even do comedy.
Can you do an Asian accent? Does that get?
I don't know.
What do you want from me, motherfucker? Like that will get me. Even though I'm Asian, like you can't talk like Asian.
I don't know.
The
lottery is underway.
I guess it only works if it's good, right?
Yeah.
If the actual imitation is confident, then it's fine. If
no moves yet.
Asian accent, you can talk like this.
The Orlando Magic are at 11.
All right. Okay.
So the Magic have dropped 2 positions.
What was the last?
The Dallas Mavericks are at 10. I am at Joel Crow for 20.
Joel Crow. Oh, nice. Now this is great, dude. Like we can now we don't have to see.
Yep. And we did get a Jeebus Cross. We'll do that after the 20.
Yep, we will get this right here. Read Joel Crow.
Yep. Celebrating my birthday with my 2 favorite sports creators. Doesn't get much better than this. Sending best wishes from Australia. Go Browns.
Ooh.
Hasn't felt right saying that since we got the massage therapist at QB. Oof.
What time is it in Australia?
Well, it's probably about...
Oh, the Jazz are number 9.
Yep, 9 or 10 in the
I gotta
morning.
turn this on now. What channel is it on?
It's on ESPN.
Oh,
Pacers are at 7.
They're unleashing them.
Well, they go to 5 and then they go to commercial break.
Oh, and then do they draw it? They don't show the actual drawing, do they?
Yeah.
No,
they show the results. It's like the lottery. Magic at 6. Number 5 are the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons fall from 1 to 5. Oh no! Oh no! They're so pissed. But let's do the cheapest cross for the chaos gods. Detroit can have nothing good. David Krantz. Hi, Tree. Though I'm disappointed by the Devils' loss to Carolina, they still had a great year. They did. They just weren't ready. I hope they can continue this much like the Giants and not regress. Also, Maple Leafs, you won a playoff series and still lost. Such a waste of talent.
Such a
I
waste.
agree with that, brother.
Yeah, it's always just bittersweet. Winning a playoff series, you want to go all the way. They had 2 days of enjoyment to say, oh, we finally got past the first round, and then they went out and just absolutely took a cornfield dump in their own bed. They were just like, oh, let me just shit in our own bed. Let me just wake up in my own feces.
Right.
To a team that we should have beaten. Mets are down 4-0, by the way. This is pain.
That is much pain. Christopher Stuvstad, sad the Kraken Cinderella run came to an end, but especially proud that they 1, knocked off the defending champs, and 2, lasted longer than the Leafs. Dude, if you won another series, you had more success than the Blue Jackets in your second year. But yeah, it is what it is. Connor Akers, Sixers should regret moving on from Jimmy Butler. Absolutely. I think so. Because remember, they maxed out Tobias Harris, and that looks like a bad deal. You brought in James Harden because Ben Simmons was broken.
Just back up. You said they maxed out Tobias Harris.
Yep, maxed out Tobias Harris. And they brought in Al Horford, and he sucked. They moved him to Oklahoma City with a first-round pick. Then he goes back to Boston and goes back to being Al Horford. It is hilarious.
Yeah, he's only Al Horford in Boston.
Right. Noah Sharp, how about them Pirates tonight, Tree? Have fun against D-Rod tomorrow. Dude's been white hot this season. He's the only bright spot for the Tigers. Please trade him for top 100 prospects. So he's like our Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller's been pitching lights out.
Wait a minute. Haven't the Tigers been, like, decent?
They've been okay. Yeah. Well, the AL Central is a joke. The Indians can't hit. The Twins are, they haven't really been able to jump. And then the White Sox are just a mess. Like, they are...
Oh, yeah, the Tigers are hanging around 500. I think the Guardians end up winning that division. Like, they get their crap together, but...
They just can't hit. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, J-Ram. Anyways, keep her going.
Will do, you fucking bastard.
You bastard.
Train King 922, we need congratulations, Oilers. I don't know what to say what's already hasn't been said. That's the problem. Because, most of the thing is just like Leon carrying the damn team for the first 2 games, and then he just vanished. I don't get why Woodcroft would keep starting Stuart Skinner when it was obvious he was out of form. You had to start Jack Campbell.
Yeah, they still have yet to add a goaltender behind McDavid,
but the problem is, like, they've tried, but like Jack Campbell doesn't seem like it's it. Stuart Skinner could be it, but he was out of form. I thought they'd figured it out, but I guess not.
I don't get how McDavid just doesn't score every time. Like, he's so
because
talented.
you put your best defensive forwards on the ice with him. Like, for example, if you're Vegas, you're probably plotting out their Teddy Bluger. He's a quality defensive third line forward, or you put out Eichel and Mark Stone and just neutralize the shit out of him.
So I was really hoping that Seattle would have advanced to face Vegas.
I was hoping for chaos too, the expansion wars.
Because then it would have been the 4 youngest teams, I think, in terms of in their current location, possible. Like, I mean, obviously Carolina was the Whalers before, and they've been around since when were the Whalers? The 70s, but they've only been in Carolina since what,
97.
97. Okay, and then the Panthers, they were a straight expansion. They were in 97, 90, 94, 95-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Seattle and Vegas are both under 4 years old or some shit. Or
Vegas is 5, I think.
5
or 6.
Yeah, and Seattle's 2 years old.
Yep,
Bunch
Seattle's
of toddlers.
Oh, yeah.
Bunch of toddlers in this fucking playoffs. But
right
there we go. All right, what else do we got?
Well, we are on TT90 for $13.99 Canadian.
Boy.
Leafs won't win the cup while the fan base in the media and Canada hype the team up to unrealistic proportions. The rest of us Canadians are sick of how the Leafs are covered there, because the Leafs, that's based in Toronto. That's what they're basing it on. Because, like, they have regional TSNs, but, like, if you're in, like, Montreal, you'll get a little bit of action. But if you're Ottawa, Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, they wouldn't give a shit about Edmonton if McDavid and Draisaitl weren't there.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, we're doing the final numbers of the lottery. 4th pick goes to the Houston Rockets.
Wow. Rackets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. So
Connor Akers, the Jonas Brothers, and the Sixers.
Right.
And the Trailblazers are third.
Blazers. So
God, please.
Between the Hornets and the Spurs.
So come on, you can't let a generational talent go to the... the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs have such ridiculous draft luck.
Wembanyama is a Spur. He's coming up to give his acceptance speech. Congrats, Spurs. Is Popovich even still the coach?
Yeah, he is.
He retired. Oh, he's so old. Another frozen envelope. Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
Yep.
10 years apart. And then they fucking won the easiest championship on earth because they were just so big in the middle. Okay. All done. Mm-hmm. Then we got Lakers Warriors coming up.
No, Lakers Nuggets.
Lakers Nuggets. Sorry, Lakers Warriors. That series is already over.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of the most watched series. Lakers Nuggets. Hell yeah.
It's a rematch of 2020 bubble. Now it's for real.
Yeah.
It's no longer you have that bias.
Yeah.
Which is strange because the Lakers are just full of drama, chaos, and suddenly they get their shit together. They are the rooting favorites because they punched Memphis in the mouth.
Who else is
by the way, I'm John Morant. I have a gun.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
First team NRA. All NRA.
He's giving a whole new definition to shooting 3 from downtown.
Yep. He's the best shooter on the team.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're shooting 40%, you've got problems, buddy. You need to figure out another line of career.
The best tweet I saw was John Morant says it was like, all my boys got degrees, and then the response was like, first or second.
No, let's be nice. It's 3rd degree.
Yeah. Fucking John Morant, dude. Like, and he has no reason to act this hard.
No, that's the thing. He's nothing to prove. You have a 9-figure salary coming up, man.
Maybe he just
and you're
likes
out here
fun.
trying to role play as a gang leader. Like, dude, if you go up to the streets, try pulling that shit, you're gonna get shot in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, try going to the south side of Chicago. See how that shit pulls off over
he just
there.
likes the touch and the feel of it, but like, do that when you're not being filmed.
But the problem is, you can have guns, just don't flash them in a fucking live stream.
Right. I'm sorry, like an unloaded gun, like I don't see the allure of it to just hold. Like, okay, yeah, you might pick it up and practice, and maybe just go like this a couple times.
Right.
But after that, you're like, it's just a piece of metal. I mean, put this back in the safe where it belongs. I don't need it out.
Exactly. Connor Akers, the Jonas Brothers are more clutch than the Sixers. Gerardo Nunez, Lakers guy, NBA Finals. Fuck no. That fan base is cancer.
This is the Nuggets. This is their chance.
They have to. I mean, it's wide open for them.
What they have to do is just run some heavy screens and just knock LeBron's old ass.
Well, you have to neutralize AD, and I think Jokic can do that.
I think Jokic can do that for sure.
Coach Beal basketball, going to my first NHL playoff game this weekend. Ooh, congratulations, man. Conference finals. What are some of your favorite playoff hockey moments that you saw in person? I have a few good ones.
Yeah, in 1996, I saw the Caps close out a series against the Ottawa Senators, and they won like 5-1. And I guess, I was at the it was called the MCI Center. So for that day, I rooted for the Caps, and it was fun. Like, seeing a clincher is super fun because you're just like, fuck you, you suck, and then you see the handshakes and all that. It was awesome. It was a good game.
I've never been to a series clinching game. I've been to a couple OT winning goal games, though. I would say 16. I actually went to 3, ironically. 2 were by the Penguins, 1 was by the opposition. First one was against the Capitals, 2016 year, Patrick Hornqvist game winner. And then Game 5 for the Lightning, it was Jason Garrison. He was for the Lightning that year. He did number 1. And then Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals, one of my greatest memories, being at a hockey game. Overtime goal, Connor Sherry. That place exploded. And I did too. That was insane. And then the loudest was, I think it was Game 3 or 4. It was against the Capitals. They were without Letang. I think Malkin was gone too, and Crosby were out. So they were down to a bare bones organization, and then they just stood on their head 1-2-1, and it was like a very intense atmosphere. And I think that pretty much got them the series there, and it just really just turned the tide. So those would be my memories.
Nice. That's great. Those are great,
man.
Great memories.
You don't forget. You don't forget those memories, man. That is the first NHL game you go to. You do not forget those.
The first time you see it in person, you have no idea how fast the motherfuckers are skating. Mm-hmm. And then because on TV the camera pans and follows them, so it
follows from distance.
Yeah, and then when you go there, like, you're just like, whoa, these dudes are moving, man. Oh my gosh, like, I had no idea they could go that fast. Yeah. All right,
Ban Hammer. If the Brass Bonanza wins, will the congrats video be in the voice? And will Rod the Bod finally get in the Hall? Dude, if they make the finals, I'm doing all Hurricanes, man. It is going to shred the shit out of my voice.
Brindamore should be in the Hall.
Well, Brindamore's a really solid forward. If he can get a cup as a coach, he'll make it. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a while.
Yeah. By the way, that player that I couldn't remember that's still under contract is Chris Pronger.
Chris Pronger, yep.
Yeah, he's still I think he has 8 more years or something left of his deal because it was an involuntary retirement or something.
Yeah, Mike Richards is getting bought out until I think 2032. They're still paying a buyout of that contract.
Yeah.
I don't think it's cap hit, but it's up there.
But for some reason, technically they're on the roster. They're
Yep.
Yeah, they're anyways.
How long do you think John Morant will be suspended? Apparently, the NBA is rumored to be throwing the hammer down on this guy.
Really?
Yeah.
For what, though?
It's a repeated offense. It's a repeated offense. That's
brandishing a firearm?
Yeah, but as I said,
That's
it's
his-
repeated offense. It reeks of immaturity. I think that's what they're going on. Remember, they have sponsors to worry about, and sponsors don't really like if a dude's trying to act hood in the street with a gun out listening to rap music. That does not really bring in the dollars. And remember, I think like you have to remember, in China they don't really like that shit. And guess who's funding a lot of the NBA? The People's Republic of China.
Yep.
If they say get this guy out of the league, they're going to do it.
Yeah. We don't like it at that. We
Christopher
don't want to see
Brickman.
that.
Tree, it will be the 5th anniversary of Days of Our Steelers. Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Wow.
So why don't you do a 5 years later where they now video about AB, Ben, and Bell? Oh, dude, I actually might do a video in the future on the Albany Empire, AB's team. Like, it is a shit show and a half. Like, I'm still waiting for things to continue progressing, but it's a mess. It is.
Oh
so
yeah,
bad.
he didn't pay. Of course.
Well, he didn't pay. A bunch of guys quit, and apparently he's like,
Why?
He muscled out like a bunch of the other owners because of how stubborn he is. Like, one of them just paid $1 to get him $1 to get out of it, and then the other one, or he charged him $1, and then like the 5% minority, like he like alienated them out. It's just like it is a mess.
He's like mentally ill. He doesn't pay people. Like he has no concept that he has to pay people their money. Like doesn't he owe his chef or something?
He owed his chef, his personal trainer, doctors, movers. I think it's more to do with his personality. Like as I said, like this is a repeated thing.
Mm-hmm. Like why would you work for this guy why wouldn't you read a single thing about him or at least be like, you got to pay me up front or I'm not fucking playing it. Like you have to pay me up front.
Very true.
Mm-hmm. There's too much trust in the world.
Right. William Weiss. Tree, can we get a video on the New York Rangers because they waste talent? Also, that Breadman contract looks really bad when he's a ghost in the playoffs. Give it a little time.
It's not a bad contract when he's for an 80-point guy.
Yeah, but as I said, like when you expect him to perform in the playoffs and there's a no-show, he's gonna get criticized. Especially,
I'm gonna say it's a bad contract. Hasn't he won a Hart already, or was a Hart finalist? He had 110 points 2 years ago. Yeah, okay, he didn't look great in the playoffs, but you can't tell me that he's not worth a max contract. You would give a max contract for 85 points.
Yeah, and we have to remember Columbus and the Islanders offered him more money. He chose to go to New York.
Well, he wanted to be
Mr.
a Ranger.
Yes. So congrats Oilers and congrats Kraken when, dude. The Kraken don't deserve a video. They exceeded expectations, man. Congrats Oilers. Maybe. I'm working on the NHL debriefing right now, so I'm hoping to have that out tomorrow. Knock on wood.
It is a shame for the Kraken. The drought continues another year.
I know, right? It's that legacy of failure is really forming. 2 years.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Such a sad fate. Chris Hufford, so how long until we get rid of and adjusting betting commercials? Saw a decent video on how it's affecting the integrity and joy of playoff hockey. It's not just that, it's the digital ads as well, man. I mean, the problem is with betting ads, like, they're everywhere, even on our videos. But it's... I think the problem is, like, once they legalized it, it's just like, you can't really play a moral high ground because it's everywhere now.
Yeah.
Like, they talk about, like, banning, like, people for, like, betting on games. It's like, why are you promoting it then?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a conflict of interest if you're in the league. If you're independent, you can make the argument, okay, it makes sense because you're not affiliated, but still.
Look, when a state legalizes a casino, right, and they have all these degenerates and these gambling addicts, like spending their welfare or meager paychecks, but they have to fund their schools.
Well, as I said, lotteries benefit older Pennsylvanians, so it usually helps Medicare, Medicaid.
Now, but not everybody that rolls up in a casino is a degenerate. Like guys like me and you will go and place bets, or guys like, well, we actually scratch that. We're both degenerates.
But like we're degenerates in a different way.
Like I guess people that are non-afflicted will just go in and spend a couple $100 and then be fine and forget about it. So it's just I don't know.
See, I feel like shit if I lose $50.
Yeah, there's people that pay the lottery harmlessly, right? They like my mom, she pays like $1 or $2 a week.
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that.
In the hopes of that she wins, $100 million so that she can pay off her house. But I asked her one time, I was like, "What's the most you've won?" I don't know, like maybe $1,000.
$1,000 isn't bad though.
Something like that. Most I've won is I hit the Powerball, not all 7.
Oh, you hit the actual Powerball number.
Just the Powerball, and I got like $4 back.
Well,
if you do that, you basically play for free.
Yeah.
$20 is $20. I learned that in a bus station one time.
Right. Oh, you learn that every goddamn day. I know that.
Look, I'm not gay, but $20.
Right.
It's $20, fellas.
Joseph Naharian, how does Doc Rivers choke this much? Somebody tell me. Do you hear me? Somebody tell me how he does it. I have to know. I have to know. I couldn't get all of it, but it is what it is. He does. He's really good at
it.
Gerald Watson. Well, the Pistons are screwed now. Yeah, number 1 odds, and they still couldn't get it.
Do you think Paul Dana watched that?
No. I mean, as I said, I was going to be shocked if they're like, they are not letting a generational talent go to fucking Charlotte.
Yeah, they're not.
Whatever. Miguel Villasenor, 2023 version of LOL Mets video coming soon, Tree. I mean, if it keeps up, this is Bobby Bonilla Day release, as always.
I mean, we are shitting the bed here. Brett Beatty.
I'm surprised. Yep, Brett Beatty hit the big numbers. Noah Sharp, God hates Detroit. Yep, God really does hate Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I think the NBA hates Detroit too. I mean, dude, Cunningham, your number 1 pick from a few years ago, he hasn't done shit. Tiny Bubbles, if the Canes make the finals, can you bring back the Hurricanes man voice for the Haters Guide? Yes, I plan on doing that. Dolphins MJF, are the 76ers the Cowboys of the NBA?
No.
The Cowboys didn't. Here's the thing. When the Cowboys tanked, they became a dynasty. The Sixers have not been that. They are not the Cowboys.
That's the thing. The Sixers have never had dominance, and their fans aren't like
they're cancerous, but they're not like natural. You know?
It's not a network of obnoxious 76ers fans. Mm-hmm. Every Cowboys fan is obnoxious. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we deal with one every Thursday.
Yep.
It's our punishment for our arrogance.
I've never met. Actually, I have met some humble and nice Cowboys fans, and it's unnerving. You're like, why aren't you talking shit? What are you?
I feel like they've been numbed from years of being shit.
Yeah, but I'm like, you're actually friendly and nice, and you're nervous about the Cowboys. Like, you should root for the Packers or something. Like, What is wrong with you?
Mr. Yes, anyway. What are the odds that all Canadian NHL teams make it to the playoffs for 2024? When was the last time all Canadian teams were in the playoffs?
Well, Montreal is not going to make it, so you don't have to worry about that.
I don't know about the Vancouver is a mixed bag. I don't know if they make it. Winnipeg might blow it up, so they could be gone.
Yeah. Calgary could start.
Edmonton would make it. Probably makes it. Toronto, I don't know what Toronto does. That's the problem.
Toronto's not blowing it up. They'll figure out
do they overhaul things? Do they overhaul it though?
Nope. No.
Really?
They feel that their window's open. They still have.
They have 1 year left with Matthews and Nylander. They can't afford both. They're going to be both requiring raises, and then Marner and Tavares are in 2 years. So my question is, you have a lot of free agents coming up. So, as I said, they're not leaving anything off the table. So, like, they could split up that core four.
It's the core fallacy, though. It's thinking that the core can get it done and you just add parts, which is what's got them, to a first round playoff win. But they're not going to back down from they feel like this is their window, and there's no way that they just blow it up. They're
not going to blow it up. I don't think they're going to blow it up.
I'm just saying, like the Rangers.
As I said, I think they're going to overhaul things.
Yeah, the Rangers have shown that you can do a quick rebuild. They did it.
They did kind of blow it up, though.
Yeah, they blew it up. They started all over. Who else look at the teams that are in the who had the Carolina Hurricanes and the Florida Panthers in the conference final. Nobody.
Well, Hurricanes probably.
Right, but look what Florida did. They added to Chuck. They got rid of Trocheck. They just replaced they're players with different guys with Slavic names, and now they're winning.
Mm-hmm. Maybe so. Let's go with Connor D425. Even better, Charlotte was one of the last to, again, generational lack of luck. As I said, there is no chance in hell they are bringing a generational talent to fucking Charlotte, especially when Michael Jordan is selling the team.
Oh, yeah, Jordan is selling the team. Have Charlotte ever had a number 1-1?
Maybe. I'm trying to think. Was Alonzo Mourning a number 1? I don't think so.
I think he was like number 2. Hold on.
Yeah.
I got to look this up while you read.
Definitely. I know they had a number 2, and they wasted it on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Red Rhino 49 from now, I'm calling the Falcons the Red Stallions. Rah! Detroit fans, Detroit Pistons have the worst luck in the NBA draft lottery, dude. Number 1 odds to number 5. That is the ultimate sin.
All right, the New Orleans Hornets had Anthony Davis.
Yeah, CP3 I think wasn't number 1. I think
now they are the Pelicans.
Yep.
No, Charlotte has never had the Larry Johnson, Grandmama in 1991.
Larry Johnson. I was gonna guess either him or Mourning.
And he was traded to the Knicks. So
Daniel.
I think Mourning was number 2 overall. Okay. Anyways, yeah, Charlotte.
Daniel Morales. Hola, fellas. Do my Lakers have a chance for the dub? Yeah, I mean, game hasn't started yet. Anything can happen.
Everyone has a chance.
Absolutely.
The first ever number 1 pick overall was by the Pittsburgh Ironmen. Clifton McNeely. In 1947. Pittsburgh Ironmen. And then the Providence Steamrollers followed them. Okay. Keep on reading, buddy.
Right. Sports Talk Chud, Robinson, Duncan, and now Wemby. Spurs are the Penguins of the NBA in terms of draft luck. Yeah, I mean, they might have more luck than the Penguins. Because if they did, they would have gotten Ovechkin in 04.
Yeah, but look, the T-Wolves have had 2 number 1s in the past 7 years.
And they suck.
Yeah, they went with Cat and Anthony Edwards, who stars in.
And they also had D'Angelo Russell for a hot minute. They had Jimmy Butler for a hot minute. Ricky Rubio, Zach LaVine.
The Sixers had back-to-back number 1s. Yep. They took Ben.
Well,
Simmons.
they had a 3 and they traded up to 1.
They had Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz.
The best part about the Ja Wick story is people defending Ja brandishing a gun like a fool when he threatened to shoot someone on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he pointed a gun like at a teenager. Like that's what got him suspended the first time.
Actually, the luckiest team ever in terms of number 1s has got to be the Cleveland Cavaliers. They took LeBron, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Bennett, and Andrew Wiggins.
I'm going to argue one further. The Edmonton Oilers.
Oh, yeah.
I think they had 3 or 4 number 1 picks in the span of 4 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now Yakupov, who was a massive bust. Nugent Hopkins.
And,
Connor McDavid.
Taylor Hall.
Taylor
was
Hall.
The other one. Yep. Not only Nuge and
Nuge and McDavid are still there.
Yeah, and they had Eberle in there.
Yep, Eberle. Draisaitl was a 2.
Yeah.
So they have all these weapons and they still can't do shit. Connor Akers, who is more mentally stable, AB or Britney Spears? I mean, AB may need a conservatorship with all this shit.
AB hasn't had to sue to get his own money back, so I would say AB.
Maybe. Pharaoh Flame, Dylan Brooks is locale of the year. Dylan Brooks needs to shut the fuck. John Morant might be locale of the year.
Yeah. I think Dylan Brooks plays in the NBA before John Morant does. The shot clock is off. We got a problem here. Game can't start.
While that's happening, Mr. Yes, can you list all the Southern NHL teams and name the year of their last playoff appearances? Don't forget the former teams. St. Louis Blues is a Midwest team, not a Southern team. So, I mean, if you're doing former teams, Thrashers are 07. So they swept to the Yankees. The California Seals, I don't think they ever made the playoffs.
That's not a Southern team.
Well, I mean, the Anaheim Ducks, like that was
Didn't
18
Houston have a
against the
team?
Sharks. No, IHL.
No?
Yeah, IHL and WHA.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm trying to think. Dallas Stars are this year. Arizona Coyotes were 12. They lost to the Blackhawks. San Jose Sharks were 19. They lost to the Blues.
That's not a Southern team.
I
What are you talking
don't know.
about?
I don't know. Florida Panthers are this year. Tampa
Kings
Bay was
were
this
this
year.
year, yeah.
Yep.
Nashville 2 years ago, or the
No, Nashville was last year. Got swept by
last
Colorado.
year. Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, that's it. The
Yeah.
Thrashers.
I
they
mentioned them.
didn't make the playoffs?
They did. They make it once. They got swept by the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Morales just confirmed I'm seeing Giants and Eagles in the last week of the season at MetLife. # first trip. Congratulations, brother.
Oh yeah, great game. Go see the Giants lose to the Eagles.
Dr. Hotel Mario, Ja Wilkes Booth has an arrest Morant out for him.
Arrest Morant. Keys to the country. What is the closest to the ice field you've sat? Well, we were in the dugout at a spring training game.
Mhm.
That's the
Yep.
closest I've ever been to any professional
much.
sports contest.
I would say either that or like just being like rinkside.
Yeah, we were
Like
on ice
being-
after the game.
Yeah. I mean, it was surprisingly not slick. It was like I was expecting a slip slide all over the place.
It was
like-
easy to walk on it.
It felt like
Because
damp.
Well, they didn't wipe it with the Zamboni, so it was much easier to walk on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So I
the
can say it
Coyotes
was
did
on-
win in the playoff bubble.
Yep. Oh,
Thanks,
right.
Bruss.
2020.
Yes.
Forgot about that. They beat Nashville. Forgot
Yes.
about that. TT90 for 7 Canadian. Speaking of buyouts, Rick DiPietro got bought out 10 years ago and will get paid until 2029.
Was
15-year contract.
Wasn't Phil Kessel on that team, on that Coyotes team?
I think so. You are correct.
Yeah.
He got traded the year before.
Yep.
Mr. Yes, if
Missed.
Dallas Stars a Southern team or a Midwest team? Oh, they're Southern team, man. They're
Southern,
Texas. They Texas.
Southern baby.
Christopher
Southern
Brickner, Tree, what the hell happened to Bell? You should do a video about how Bell's holdout in the Steelers backfired catastrophically and killed his NFL career. Let me tell you something about Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell thrived in the NFL because of his offensive lines. His vision allowed him to allow his lines to create space and thrive on that situation. He wasn't a real burner in terms of speed. He didn't have great jukes and moves. What he really thrived in was his vision and being able to read holes. When he
Patience.
went to the Jets, they didn't have an offensive line. So his greatest strength, his vision, was neutralized. And I knew that was going to happen the moment he went to the Jets. It's like, this guy thrives in his vision. He's going to be terrible. And lo and behold, like, his skills decline as well. He gets his bag. He gambled and he lost big time. And
Yeah, he wasn't a
sucked.
hole burner.
No,
You know,
he was
wasn't
never a
guy
hole
that's-
burner. He never was.
Yeah.
Which is
Wasn't
why
gonna-
I said, like, you're making a grave mistake. Like, you should have taken that $14.5 million, accepted that extension for the Steelers. And they said, oh, it was only 1 year guaranteed. They usually would have kept the guy for like 2 or 3 years.
Oh, look at the Denver's already attacking the boards offensively.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 2 consecutive offensive rebounds. Yeah, they are tough on the glass. There's 3 in a row. Wow.
Yeah.
They're just
Oh, dude, if they do that, they're going.
Wow.
If they do that all series, they're going to the final. We'll see though. Ron Goff 248, congrats Canada video. It's been 30 years.
yeah.
Ooh,
Last
I
team to
wouldn't be
win
a
it.
bell. Would be the Montreal Canadiens, 92-93.
93
Against the
Patrick
LA
Waugh.
Kings and Wayne Gretzky.
Yep.
Eli Shumanow. Hey, 5, how do you feel about the Mets collapsing right now? And currently 0-6 against the Rays. A team with a payroll $140 million plus less. Also, Tree, meet the Mets 2023 sometime soon. 5, how do you feel about that?
I feel numb. This is what we do every year. It doesn't matter whether we collapse in May, June, July, or August, September, October. It's the same feeling. I haven't seen this team win since I was 10 years old. And I don't know if I ever will see them win another World Series. I would think so. I would think the odds are in my favor. But here we are 30 years later. And I still haven't seen my team win a championship.
If it means anything, my Pirates are probably never winning either. But I just realized we missed one. Sorry about that, Tech Matt. Most painful NHL memories for both of you. Ooh.
Just seeing the Rangers get outclassed by the Kings in 2014. That was just hard to watch because, I mean, the first 2 games, like, we led both times, and then we just blew the leads because the Kings were just really good. You know, the Kings were just better than us that year.
I mean, dude, there are a lot of weird memories I could say. Panthers, Penguins 96. I would say, being a kid and being like, why is this team, like, beating us? Even though you realize the Pens had no depth that year.
Yeah.
Barrasso was always a bend but don't break kind of goalie. And
Right.
Barrasso slapped shot. I would probably say, 08 Game 6, after that Sakura triple OT goal, where, like, the puck went off, like, Fleury's ass right into the net to get the Wings the cup. I remember, like, trying to think what else. 2020, losing to the fucking Canadians. That was infuriating.
Losing to the Caps.
2020. Well, I hated that one because of the memes. Like, if I could take away any cup, it would be like the 2018 Capitals because we can have our stale memes. They are the New Orleans Saints of hockey. Like, they are failures surrounded by one championship, surrounded by more failure.
Okay, here we go. This is where we are, right? Feral Flame.
Feral Flame. Yep. Toronto realizing they will never win a cup again.
Yeah. Oh, Denver's already out to an 18-9 lead. Despite a strong start from the Lakers. Beast of Metal 1989. Hey, remember when I thought the Maple Leafs were going places, fun times, but probably less fun than a lumberjack using wool as a proxy to put the fear of Satan in Leafs nets. Disclaimer, Gudis is a Norfolk Admirals alum.
Here's the thing I was trying to say earlier is it kind of pissed me off that Dangle and TSN made their stream only Canada. Like, first of all, that's
they do
racist.
that all the time.
Yeah, that's all.
Racist.
Yeah. It is racist. It's anti-American. Second of all, that's not the point of the internet. The point of putting a stream on YouTube is for the whole world to see it. It's for someone in fucking Australia to watch Steve Dangle melt down and to block the world from it because we're like, only Canadians can watch Steve Dangle in his pain. Fuck you.
Whatever.
Fuck you. I don't care about broadcasting, right? It's not broadcasting. It's on the fucking internet. It's a stream. It's a stream.
Well, it's about RSN rights, probably.
Right, but here's the thing. Dangle sold his soul as a content creator to suck Leafs Net's dick. So I guess he gets...
It works out because Leafs Net does suck a lot of dick. I will say that.
Remember they blocked you? They blocked your video criticizing them?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a great way to control what people say about you.
Honestly, let Leafs Net do their thing. They're irrelevant. Let them do their thing. They're fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It is what it is.
I'm still upset about that shit.
Oh, don't worry. I mean, as I said, if they ever want something out of me, I'm going to tell them to suck my dick. SN Drag Racing Films for 550 Canadian. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. The Toronto Maple Leafs summed up in a nutshell. If they keep the core four around, it's the same thing.
Isn't that ironic? James Dolan has more cred with you than fucking Leafs Net.
Which is fucking hilarious because I've shit on James Dolan hard.
Right.
I mean, MSG, I think, is not really affiliated with him. He just prints the money. He just funds it. But I think he doesn't actually run it like the Knicks or the Rangers.
Okay, but you would be more friendly with him than you would with, say...
I don't know about that, man. I mean, he would ban beer, so I don't know if I'd be a fan of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Toon Link Man has tree listened to NBA Youngboy's new album. Yeah, I don't listen to NBA Youngboy.
Yeah,
I haven't
Caleb Corson, obligatory low Mets and low Rangers. Once again, Canada has to watch an American team win Lord Stanley. And not just that, a Southern American team.
30 years. Same amount of time that the Detroit Lions have not won a playoff game.
Oh, mystery. Yes, Atlanta Flames. Oh, shoot.
Yes.
What year was this? Was this 79?
79. Lanny,
no, it wasn't Lanny. It was not Lanny. Lanny was 89.
McDonald.
Atlanta Flame, you're thinking of like Don Lever and
I thought Lanny
Rick
McDonald
Schoner
was an Atlanta Flame.
No, he was Calgary.
He was a Calgary.
He was a Maple Leaf in 79.
Oh yeah, he was a stud. He was the greatest mustache in the history of the NHL, baby.
Yep. Detroit Tigers are third in their division or beating the Pirates. Yep, the AL Central's a fucking mess. The NL Central's a mess. I think the Pirates are still in the lead there.
Yeah.
And Tech Matt, yep, I figured that out. Sorry, brother.
We got it. We got you.
Yep, that's why I noticed it earlier. Beast of Metal 1989, the Seals made the playoffs in 69 and 70. The latter was when they got bent over by the Penguins, rip Michel Briere. Good thing that was the last time that ever happened to a Bay Area NHL team, huh? Ty Kane, if y'all ever want a Zamboni ride, I got you. Ooh, you want to do a Zamboni ride, Five?
Hey, where you work at? Ty, where are you at? I've always wanted to ride around a Zamboni. A
good old Zamboner.
It just looks fun. It just looks
Classic
like
Zamboni.
I always wonder where they park it. You know, like you don't see it, like it's not out there on the ice.
Right. Triple A. Oh, this is a fun stat. Mets have won 6 of their last 21 still time. 6 and 16, baby.
By the way, I'm doing an A's video, and in the 70s when they got dismantled, they called them the Triple A's. It's like, how come no one calls them that anymore?
Well, that's an insult to Triple A teams because Triple A teams are not only better, they out attend them. As well.
Just so funny.
They're more like the single A's. They're the single A's.
The Denver's already up 22-9.
Yeah. As I said, they are the single A's. They are trash. Will Bronlick, after the Sixers fired Doc, I think they next should trade Embiid and Harden for whatever value they have left, especially after that performance Sunday. Here's the thing with Harden. He is a player option. He's probably going to deny it and hit free agency. They might lose him for nothing unless they do a sign and trade, and I don't know if he's going to do that.
What is he owed though? He could pull
$35 million.
He could pull a Westbrook and opt in. Remember when
he's $35 million. I think he'll get that too.
Oh my gosh, Austin Reeves just hit one off the backboard.
Fucking white boy.
Yeah, that white boy can ball though. All right, what do you got?
Well, I mean, but Embiid, you have to consider it. Beast of Metal, RSNs are little bitches, and so is the NHL Network.
I don't know.
I mean, the RSNs have issues right now. The Phoenix Suns are actually going to local cable now. They're abandoning.
I like the NHL Network because they always have a smoke show. Kelly Nash was there. Lauren Gardner is pretty hot. So,
And Mr. Yes, 2027 will mark the 100th anniversary of the Senators' last Cup win. Will Ottawa win by 2027 or wait another 100 years to win Lord Stanley? I mean, they still have to figure out their goaltending issues. They have an interesting core. They could make the playoffs next year. But I think they've got some moves to make. They have to figure out their ownership situation, though.
Yeah. Do you know what moves I got to make?
I'll move to the bathroom.
Good old thick bowel movement.
Thick and juicy bowel movements.
Yep.
Well,
we got
Ty Kane. I'm in Milwaukee, and Zams got parked in a pit arena. Ooh.
So we just drive.
You're the Milwaukee Admirals.
Oh.
Play for the AHL team.
Yeah, we could go to Milwaukee and just drive on the Zamboni and then come back.
And we could find Tom Grossi while he's there. Well, we can't actually. Oh, sorry.
He says the Bukkake chair. You guys want to see the chair?
Yeah. Well, I'll put the chair up in fast motion. Why not?
Yeah. That is.
Ooh,
this
is. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
That's ESPN towards Pat McAfee. That's what he's going to look like after they're done with him.
Yeah. So Pat McAfee is walking away from a $120 million deal, presumably to get double that, I would think.
Maybe. I mean, it's supposed to be in the 8 figures, this contract yearly, but I mean, he's bringing his boys too. I mean, the only thing is, I don't know if he's an employee now, so he may have to pay less taxes.
So now
I feel like I keep thinking they're going to neuter his style though. So I don't know if that's going to.
Yeah, there's no cussing, right? They're gonna.
It's on ESPN, so
he's gonna. But I mean, he's gonna get a lot of production help, and he's gonna have more segments. But
he also is not gonna have the legal freedom to just throw people's tweets up there. Like when they feel like it, or have guests. I remember several. Well, RBT's been on the Pat McAfee show. Who else was on? Brett Coleman.
Yeah,
he's
Coleman,
not gonna have
but that was an awkward segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to have the freedom to do stuff. And even though that was awkward and weird, it's still part of what makes Pat McAfee, that you can be a normal guy who just talks shit on Twitter or just is posting something.
Well, first moment he does that, he's going to get lectured by Disney.
That's the thing. No, they'll never let it be that way because they're going to vet you to the fucking hill before they even let you on the show. Like, they're not going to let some jabroni like me or you.
Fuck.
Yeah. Come on to the Pat McAfee show. Like, it's just not going to happen. Man, Jokic, that was so bad. Jokic's outlet passes are so nasty. Like, he just sees the floor, man. He sees the floor. I think that one guy says, wait, some more.
Yep, Unio Rudy. Sorry.
No, Terminal Frost. How about the Marlins? We aren't complete crap. Here's to an average baseball season. At least we aren't the Mets. You're ahead of them.
Yeah, they're actually better than the Mets, shockingly.
Yeah. Yep. Boy, the Lakers couldn't
Their
hit.
pitching has always been really good.
If they fell out of a barn. There goes Aaron Gordon. Took about 18 steps to the rack and got fouled. Thoughts on the McAfee deal? You know what? I'm not upset about it.
Get the bag. I think it's a mistake for his brand.
Dude, if someone was like, look, we want clickbait sports. We're going to give you all $1 million. We want you to do a live in-person show. You're going to have to move to LA.
I wouldn't move to LA.
Or you have to go to New York or Bristol or whatever, or you just pick a location. Dude, you wouldn't move to LA for $1 million, $2 million a year?
I don't know about that, man. As I said,
you can live in LA.
The cost of living is going to be like way too expensive.
Okay, but they're just like, all right, move to New York for a year, and we'll give you $1 million.
As I said, cost of living is going to be really high there, man.
Dude,
it'd be like making like $200,000-$300,000.
There's a lot of poor people in LA. You can live in LA, trust me. For $1 million, $2 million, $5 million.
They ain't paying me $5 million.
Dude, do you understand math? How much $1 million is?
Yes, I am aware, and most of that's going to go to taxes, especially in California.
Yeah. Whatever.
And that one guy, Tree, have you seen the Key and Peele sketch where a rapper made an incriminating album? That rap is surprisingly good, way better than AB.
Every Key and Peele sketch is awesome. It's just so good. Those guys are very funny and good at what they do.
Yeah. Well, he ain't. It's...
Dude, for $1 million, you could get like a $3,000 a month apartment, and it'd be a nice 1-bedroom in like downtown LA, and you're still making money, like hand over fist. You don't understand math.
It's not about math. It's about...
If we get held up, if clickbait sports can't go to LA because of you, I'm blaming you.
Okay.
No, here's the thing about Pat McAfee leaving. He's basically leaving the web show, right? So that makes clickbait sports like up the rung, like one more. We now have maybe the largest online afternoon show on YouTube,
and that's disturbing
because
that show is not good.
I know. It can be good. It can be good.
Yeah, at times. And then we have nothing to talk about, and it's just
times it's like this. Yeah. When we have something to talk about, we're good. When we don't have anything to talk about, we suck.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are we done yet?
Do we want to ramble more about the California taxes? Oh, there's a couple more here. Alan Nadeau says Pat said he still has full creative control. We'll see about that.
Bullshit.
I think the thing is, he'll have to put stuff through ESPN, and then they'll approve or disapprove. They are always going to have somebody on top of their back and see how it goes, because they have to worry about sponsors now. With FanDuel, he had to worry about them, but for the most part, I think the thing, too, is he's not his own business. Now he's just an employee, so I think his taxes get a little bit of a break there. I think there's a little bit of that, too. Oh, 8 figures. 8 figures. Yeah. And he doesn't have to move. He's still in Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. So none of those
8
guys
figures. That's like one short of $1 billion.
Oh, Isles girl, free.
Isles girl, what's up, girl?
Shirelli to Penguins, please. No. Actually, here's the sad part. They mentioned Marc Bergevin as an interview candidate. Mark Bergevin has a legit chance to get this job, and I'm going to tell you why. He's good friends with Mario Lemieux. They've been good friends for a very long time. So it could be that nepotism angle and says, hey, bring in Mark Bergevin and appease me, and they might do it. And it scares the shit out of me. And Mark Bergevin is a terrible GM.
No,
Sports talk.
Balls.
I mean, yeah, but Peter Chiarelli, I mean, but think about the culture. I mean, Tyler Seguin missed a team breakfast. He doesn't fit the team culture, and that's why we're going to trade him for a lopsided sum.
Yeah.
And Sports Talk Chug 2013 Game 6 is still my most painful Bruins memory. 17 seconds. Oof, that was rough. At least not like this year's Panthers. Losing to the Blackhawks is a literal injustice. 17 seconds, baby. 17 seconds.
Gosh, I can't think of. Oh, you know what was a really heartbreaking loss was the Rangers losing to the Lightning in Game 7 of the conference finals when they just got smoked and Alex Killorn just shoved a puck towards Henrik Lundqvist and it went right between his legs. And then later Andre Palat sniped one and that was it. We were done.
Yeah, they
We're
laid an
finished.
egg.
Yep, completely laid an egg.
Michael Orme. Tree, don't go to LA. I'm from the West Coast, and the cost of living even in Beaverton is insane. See, I told you.
It's insane. It is. But for $1 million, even a $5,000 a month apartment is still, you're still netting.
Dude, I could get a mortgage out here for $2,000-$3,000 a month and get like a borderline mansion.
Okay, but here, let's do the math, right?
Fuck that.
$1 million divided by 12, that's $83,000 a month.
Minus taxes, minus bills, minus everything else.
Okay, you live off of like 10,000 a month, so you're down to 73, and then like you're netting 40 grand a month.
That's a lot of money. You don't net that much now, you dumb fuck.
Whatever, but as I said, Cali, you have to make more to get the same equal cost of living.
You dumb
Fucking
fuck.
asshole.
You
Whatever.
Look at you and your
Whatever,
fucking
you sick sack of
face.
shit. Whatever, man. Whatever.
You
Whatever.
can't
Go
even wipe your own ass.
Dude, bitch, you can go strike out as much as I do in the baseball game.
Okay,
How about that?
I will.
How about that?
I actually hit really well at practice on Sunday. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Have you been to the cage? Have you gone?
I have. I've mostly been working off
You
the
did?
tee. Yes,
Okay.
I've mostly been working off the tee, really getting my form. But for whatever reason, like when I went to the cage, like I went back to old habits. Like it's just like my front knee was bent. I was using like my hips. Like I was trying to fight
the
it.
balls in the air.
It's like I don't know how to break that. So like once I like when I'm on a tee, it's just like I feel like I'm losing my mind because I'm trying to get my form down and I can't repeat it. And it's just like
up when the ball's in the air because your body reverts to its instinct, which is like, oh my gosh, I need to hit ball, not.
yeah, that's what I mean. I was making contact, but it's just like it was weak shit.
Yeah, it's taken me a year of practice every week to get to this stage where it feels natural. So it's just one of those things where you can't really make up time quickly, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, as I said, like I've been working on the tee. I've been working on the tee every day.
Yeah, stand way off the plate and don't get hit, please.
Yeah, as I said, I've been working on the tee every day for like the past week and a half. So I've been really trying to get there.
Thoughts on the Spurs getting the number one pick? Yeah, it's easy. They know who they're going to get. And, yeah, they're going to add him to I wouldn't say talented roster, a
roster you can build around him.
Yes. Oh, man.
Oh,
Denver's
dude, that was a smack.
Yep. Oh, and then LeBron tried to block him, but it's going to go the other way.
They gave it to. Oh, that's bullshit.
Mr. Yes, calling it now. A 2027, a Senatory of Failure, Ottawa Senators, 100 years of misery. Does that even count as a championship drought because they're an expansion team?
Well, I
Who
mean,
did they
it has
become?
been.
Who did the original Senators become, or did they just
No, they
go out?
folded. They folded.
Yeah,
They folded.
Damn. How you fold? How you fold? Justin Ziegler. No.
Yep,
It was
sorry.
up, but now it's
Justin
down.
Ziegler. Tree, we're both doing it at the same time. I hate when does
I know.
that.
That's the only thing I don't like is one guy clicks it and the other
Right. I do that with Tom sometimes on clickbait. Tree, your reaction video to the 76ers is accurate and fans feel the same. So much so, it's time for a legacy of failure for the Sixers and Rivers. You can't do Rivers because he won a championship. It would be like a legacy of choking.
Yeah. Or a revisiting, maybe.
Yeah, well, the Sixers are like, once again, they won a championship 40 years ago. So it's not failure. I mean, it kind of would, but it kind of is what it is. Well, we've served our time, Five.
Yes, we've done
And
our time.
I can kind of be bullshitting. I mean, I'll try to hit the cage later this week, too, and suck ass.
Yeah, my men's league team, we have our final roster. I'm actually coaching. So remember I said I tried out and I didn't get drafted? Well, we actually took all the people that didn't get drafted and we made our own team. And so now I'm going to be playing men's league as well. And it's going to be fun. I will see you guys on Thursday.
Yep, we will.
All right, love y'all. The great
Peace
job,
out, boys.
mods. We'll see you next week.
See you guys next week, and we will see you
Good
later.
night.
Peace out, yo. Whoop, whoop.
Peace.